Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like to support more stories like this one. Battle for Kyiv. Autumn in smoke. I don't remember exactly when it began. No day, no hour. It all blurred into one long, heavy moment. We stood by the Dnipro under a grey sky, the air filled with the smell of burning. Across the river, Kyiv. My Kyiv. Not by registration, but by memory. I was from near Poltava, but Kyiv was always something more. It was like the heart of Ukraine, and when it beat, the earth beat with it. They called us bridgehead infantry, the ones thrown to the edge of possibility, the ones meant to break the line. We were dirty, hungry, silent. We crossed at night like ghosts. Oars didn't creak. They were wrapped in cloth. Some prayed, some sang Dark Night softly. Bullets snapped on the water like teeth. A nearby boat burst into flame. A boy moaned and fell face first into the river. We didn't look back. When I stepped onto the right bank, it didn't greet us with earth. It greeted us with fire. The Germans were dug in on the heights. They fired from above. First the brave ones died, then the careful ones. The only ones left were those caught between fear and numbness, those who simply walked, in mud, in blood, in clay up to the chest. I was a company commander then. My signalman was Collier, a boy from near Tula. His voice was pure and bright. He sang before attacks, and each time I thought, he won't live. He did. I didn't. The man I was stayed there. I became someone else. The trenches were wet, water up to the knees. Lice bit like wolves. We had no food, no cigarettes. We fired at night. During the day, we pretended to be dead. We became earth. We breathed it. I don't remember my thoughts, just clenched teeth and a line of poetry I repeated. We are children of terrible years of Russia. But this was Ukraine, our Ukraine. The real hell began near Kyiv when we moved through Dnipro. The Germans didn't want to give up the city. Every block, its own fortress. Every building, a coffin. We marched through streets where the walls held together by memory. Everything had been. And now, dust, brick, smoke. We cleared buildings. Rooms were empty. In one, a piano. I opened the lid, ran my finger over the keys. A single note trembled. In another, an old man's corpse. In his hand, a key. On the wall, a portrait of Lenin and the word burned in. Home. I knew that home was where there was no war, but we were in Kyiv, so it meant we were home. In Podol, I saw a woman with a bucket. She stood in the ruins, surrounded by corpses, tanks, smoke, and she watered a flower bed. One single flower, yellow, like a sun that didn't exist. I asked her why. She looked through me and said, "So I don't go mad." I understood. We were all on the edge of madness. Some held on with flowers, some with songs, some with rifles. One day was especially black. We ran into retreating Germans. They fired from basements, windows, bell towers. I lost 12 men in 1 hour. Collier fell next to me, a bullet in the neck. He wheezed like torn bellows. I pressed the wound. He grabbed my hand. Lips trembled. "Petya, don't leave. Tell Mama," I told her. I wrote, but I didn't lie. I said he died terribly and bravely. Both were true. When they raised the flag on city council, I didn't rejoice. I stood with my head down because too much was left behind and too much was in the ground. It felt like the city breathed. It buzzed like a hive. People crawled out of basements like flowers after a fire. Their faces were grey, but their eyes alive. A woman gave me bread, warm. I don't know where from. We ate silently, like in prayer. Later I returned to the Dnipro, stood on the bank where it had all begun. Leaves fell into the water. Autumn embraced the land. I cried, not from pain, from silence, from the fact that I survived, from the fact that the city stood, and from the fact that now it had graves, ours. Next to apple trees, crooked crosses, bronze stars. On one I scratched with a nail. Here lies a soldier. Name not important. What matters is you lived. If you're still here, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to check out more stories from the front lines. Subscribe, like, and listen to more of our war stories to keep the memory alive.